If you're interested in where the real estate market is headed in 2026, check out this video. I'm going to skim over most of this pretty quickly, but you can find this whole slide deck somewhere in the description or in this email. Really, really good information from the chief economist at Compass. So anyway, I'm going to kind of breeze over some of this stuff, but you can, go and check out the full thing. I can also send you a download of the report. So here we have 2026 housing market outlook. A new housing market era emerges in 2026. Basically, we're going back to normal is what's going to happen in 2026, or that's what this forecast says. So we've been in this pandemic and then post-pandemic era where we had this surge of activity, right? And then we had, everybody buying then and sort of getting locked into these low interest rates, staying put because they were in those low interest rates, and then interest rates surging. And then now we've got unaffordability, so buyers not being able to afford homes, sellers who are locked into those interest rates not wanting to move because they want to stay in those rates even though they've outgrown their homes. So that's what's been going on. Now we're entering this era of kind of going back to normal. Things are going to kind of flatten out a little bit, but there are some other changes. So 4 signals to watch: inventory, home prices, mortgage rates, and home sales. So inventory is expected to grow by 10% in 2026. Home prices are not expected to dip like some people may think. They're expected to rise by about 0.5%. Yes, that's a very, very low and modest rise, but it is still a rise. So that's one factor that's really going to push forward some other things that are going to happen in the market in 2026. Mortgage rates are expected to ease slightly, so not dropping way down, but a big point there is too, this is getting back to that normal of kind of where interest rates were in the range of where they were before the pandemic. And I think buyers, or this forecast suggests that buyers are going to ease into just getting accustomed to those interest rates and getting over the fact that, okay, 3%, 2% interest rates are gone. If I want to buy, this is kind of what I'm looking at. Home sales could reach 4.25 million, which is a 5% increase over 2025. So more homes are expected to sell in 2026 than in 2025. Okay, here's a shift toward affordability in 2026. So, starting in the pandemic years, we saw this rise where homes were selling more than 5 times income levels. What's going to happen this year, and you see this dip going down here in that affordability and homes getting more affordable. And the reason why we're seeing that is because incomes will rise as they do. Incomes will rise, but those home prices are going to stay the same. Mortgage rates are going to dip a little bit. So we're going to see more affordability of homes, which is going to allow more people to move, more people to buy, more first-time home buyers in 2026. The Great Stay. If you're not familiar with the term, the Great Stay, that is what I was talking about a minute ago, where people bought homes bought homes or refinanced. A lot of refinances during the pandemic years, 2020 to 2022. A lot of refinances, a lot of people purchasing between 2 and 3% interest rate. So those people, whether they bought or they refinanced, they locked into those interest rates, and my family is the same. And then at that point, you get into 2023, 2024, maybe you've outgrown your home, maybe it's time to move and buy. But you're looking at this low interest rate and this mortgage payment, comparing it to what you would be paying in the previous or these current interest rates, and it's just unaffordable. You can't do it. Well, now those people, the time has come. They can't wait any longer. They're overdue 3 to 5 years on when they need to move. Now they just have to. And 2026 is going to be the year we're going to see a lot of those people who have been hesitating. Now they're going to be moving in 2026. So that's the Great Stay thawing. Okay, and that kind of explains that again. Where homes are selling and where buyers have more time. Georgia kind of falls a little bit below the middle Average days on market for the entire state of Georgia is 92. Here in the Atlanta metro area, it's a little lower than that, closer to like 50. But what that tells me is if you're thinking of selling, if it's time for you to sell, you need to have your home ready. You need to have the painting done, the new floors, the staging. It needs to smell nice and have it ready before buyers come in. Incomes, finally now, we're going to be rising faster than interest rates. Here we have shadow inventory and shadow demand. This is really important. So in November of this year, so last month, nearly 60% of listings were being withdrawn, nearly 60%. So that says there are sellers that want to sell their house, but when they put it up and they didn't get the activity that they were looking for, they took it right back off the market. That is indicating that they're going to relist those houses next year and hopefully be more prepared. So we've got shadow inventory. Shadow demand is even more important, I think. It says that at the same time, mortgage applications were up 15 to 25% year over year. But then home sales only rose 2 to 4%. So a lot of those buyers who applied for a mortgage didn't even buy a home in that time. All of those buyers are going to purchase next year in 2026. So we've got rising inventory, rising buyer demand. So that's shadow inventory and shadow demand. 150,000 estimated number of additional homeowners interested in selling their home when market conditions improve. That's based on listings withdrawn in 2025, so that's huge. Here's the big picture. After 4 years of frozen mobility and affordability challenges, the U.S. housing market is turning a corner. Home prices are expected to flatten. Mortgage rates should ease modestly. Sales activity is positioned to grow for the first time since the pandemic. So that's the whole thing. Like I said, if you want the full report, you can shoot me an email and I'll send you the full report. This is just the slide deck. And if you want to see this slide deck and go through it yourself, I'll include a link. And if you want a report just for your specific neighborhood, give me a shout. I'd love to show that to you.